Hi, it's time for a music and sound video. So this is going to be a brief overview of a music and sound model N440. And first, I'd like to apologize for the massive reflection that we're getting off the front of the unit. It's very sunny in the shop in the mornings, and the sun comes in the window, which is one of the things I like best about the new shop. The N440 has this very shiny, glossy black faceplate overlay behind all the gold buttons and knobs, and it's very reflective, so that's where all of the reflections are coming from. This N440 was made around 1988 or so, based on the code dating on the components on the back. It was sent in by a fellow named Joshua for actual repair, which will be a different and separate video than this one. And I thought before I took it apart all together to fix it, we'd go briefly a little bit of information about them and then the things that typically go wrong with them. First off, don't confuse an N440 with the earlier models, which would be a 440 or perhaps a 443, which had a 3-note door chime, or a 448, which has an 8-note door chime. While they look very similar to this, they are completely different models. So don't confuse the two. The easiest way to tell the difference, if you're not sure, finding model numbers on music and sound sets are difficult. Sometimes there's a little label on the bottom edge of the faceplate down here that you can look upside down and see. Most of the time you really have to take it out of the wall and look at the sticker on the back of the unit to see what it says and when it was made. The biggest difference between a 440 and an N440 from a visual point of view is that it has different intercom buttons here. The door talk and listen and room talk and listen are more down towards the right, and there are 3 input selector buttons to the left of the intercom buttons, which are your radio, tape, and I think auxiliary inputs that you push in. They're actually mechanical switches, whereas on the N440, your audio inputs are here on the touchpad underneath the display. Now, I can't power this one up to show you how any of it works, because it doesn't work, because Joshua sent it in because it's the technical term is blown up, and that's why it's here to be fixed. But I thought I'd go over it briefly. These were a very attractive and popular model when they were new. I think they came out around 86 or 7 or so. The black and the gold, that was a real 80s thing, super popular kind of cosmetic look back in those days. Everybody liked the black and the gold. It was just super popular. So what we have here is an AM/FM intercom master station. Has room-to-room intercom. Any room can call any other room. Any room can answer the front door. It has built-in AM/FM radio. There was an auxiliary cassette player that you could pair up with this unit mounted in the wall down below it. It was a very fancy cassette player. Of course, it was black and gold. It was the world's most expensive cassette player, because I think in 1987, retail price on it was like $498. So it was very jazzy and very fancy, and they did sell a lot of them. And then there is an auxiliary input here. You have your room speaker switches here. That's what they call them. It's designed to have up to 12 individual stations. I'm not sure if doubling up was allowed on any of these or not. I would have to find an installation manual and see what they say about that. But 12 stations is quite generous. These switches allow you to control or adjust how each remote station works room by room. If you move the switch to the top setting, that room becomes an intercom only room, no radio or no music. If you move it down one, it's both radio and intercom. Third position is off, and off is no radio, no intercom, and no door chime. And then the last position at the bottom is monitor. Monitor lets you listen into sounds in that area or in that room, and those sounds come out through all the other stations on the system. Of course, down here you have your adjustments. You have tone, which is bass or treble. You have your system volume, which is the audio for the music level throughout the system. You have your intercom level here, and the master station has a speaker built in here, and this is the volume control for the master station speaker. This is still in the early days of music and sound systems, not like the ones they made towards the end, where you actually have mechanical or volume controls on every station. With decent sized speakers, it actually produces pretty good sound. Up here you have a red LED display, which is the clock, and the radio station readout and other information that you need to know. Then you have one of the most outstanding and somewhat advanced features for a system that was made in the mid 80s, and also this fundamental design also exists in the 440s, which I believe came out in the late 70s or really early 80s, like 1980 or 81. So the N440 has what was called direct access tuning, and what that meant was you can input by using the number buttons. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0 here. You can input a specific radio station that you want to listen to. So if you want to listen to 103.7 FM, you would punch in 1037 FM, and it would automatically tune directly to that station and display the frequency number here. You didn't have to scan or manually tune up and down to get to that station. You could input it directly. The same thing was true for AM. If you wanted to listen to 810 AM, you would do 810 AM, this button, and it would automatically tune to the AM frequency band and to that station, and you could listen to it. That was a quite advanced thing to have in a home music intercom system, especially in like 1980 or 81. So it made the functionality of it better. The other thing you have here is you do have up and down tuning buttons here. It says up and down. Or no, it says up and down. You have an off button here to turn the music off. You have cancel, which I think cancels out if you put the number in wrong. If you want 103.7 and you put 103.9, which is not a station, you could push cancel and that will erase it, I believe. You have enter. There is recall that could be like memoried or stored radio frequencies, because there is a button that says store. Down here you have time set, and then you can set it to PM if it's after noon. You have an auto on and off feature here. And then down here you have auto function on and off. This is a spring-loaded switch. This does a lot, and I'll see if I can dig up a copy of an owner's manual that explains it more and maybe post that in this video also. These do seem to be fairly well-made units. I hope you found this interesting, and perhaps for someone it will be helpful. If it is, give it a thumbs up on YouTube, because that helps us just a little bit. There'll be a banner right here that shows you how to subscribe. Go to our YouTube homepage, click on the bell, and when you click on the bell, click on it to receive all notifications, and every time we post a new video, you'll get a notification and you can watch it. That's all for today. See you on the next video.